Hello and welcome to a noobreview.com quick look video, and today we are looking at the indie horror game Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor. Sorry.
That's alright. I think we should all take turns in saying Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor! Mine was crap.
Yeah, it was.
There we go, so I'm joined today by Mr. Kieran Roycroft.
Hello there. Scary games. Sorry.
And we are also joined by Mr. Jose Luis Perez Zapata.
Hello, Internet.
So, full disclosure time. I've never played this.
No, mate.
I have.
Well then, Jose, you are going to have to guide us through this creepy-looking game.
So, as we have mentioned before in the podcast, and if you haven't heard the podcast, what the fuck are you doing? Download it. It's awesome.
Pluggy.
What's that?
So it's basically a something of a 2D Silent Hill. And many people nowadays complain there are no good survival horror games anymore. Like, all of them are basically action titles with creepy monsters and things that go booga booga in your face. They are right at this. I mean, I'm a person that doesn't like horror games at all because I get scared shitless with them. Duh. And I, for example, love Dead Space. Logic, anyone? Anyway. So, what this game does different is that, for starters, it's very confusing, but then again, that's nothing new. You are trapped in this apartment building, as you can see in the video, with these weird monsters floating around. The main protagonist is not entirely clear why he's there, why he's alone. It's all very confusing. You are never entirely sure if he's sane, if he's going insane because of his situation, if the whole situation is basically made up by his crazy mind. It's really weird, and that effect, it's really well communicated with the game. Another thing it does really well compared to other modern games is that you actually do need, like, to survive. The objective of the game is to survive. You have, like, you have to scavenge for food through the building, scavenge for weapons and bullets and medicine, and these are in very short supply. You have to be very careful. When do you eat? How do you eat? You need to cook. Like, not everything you find dropped in the ground is immediately edible. Sometimes you need to find a place to cook it, and to cook it you need to do some preparation. Maybe you need to reactivate the gas in the building. Maybe you need to reactivate the electricity.
Hence the survivor part in the title.
Exactly. And like this part you're seeing now in the video with him finding a party and finding some other people, you have several occurrences of this, and again, you're never entirely sure. Have I actually met these people? Were they monsters, and was my main character making it up because of the whole situation is basically unbearable otherwise? There's, like, for example, this is like typical situation in a horror game, so nobody's really gonna be that surprised here. But when he goes back into the building, all that people that were before there, they are actually dead.
Spoilers.
This is nearly the beginning of the game, so
it doesn't look like a survival horror game. It's 2D and, like, really unique looking, which is, like, I haven't really seen much of the game until the time of recording while I'm watching this video, and it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, it's really lovely and different.
Yeah.
Which
the
is
sound
kind
effects
of
and the music are brilliant. I mean, this effect you have, this Silent Hill style, this effect, like when you find the monster, you start hearing like this noise and this screech gets louder and louder as you fight the monsters, and it really drives you nuts.
I tell you what, I am definitely getting a very strong Silent Hill vibe, particularly Silent Hill 2, because there was a whole section at the beginning of that where you were trapped in an apartment complex and had to find your way out. And it's the fact that these are kind of skinless, flailing enemies that kind of wobble towards you. Yeah, it's definitely very Silent Hill. I'm really liking this. I have a fondness for creepy games.
Yeah. You're gonna love this then, because this game is insanely creepy. By the way, this, like, monsters are usually more threatening than this. This is pretty much a tutorial for you to learn how to use the gun.
Right.
It has some really creepy things that don't really have a really clear explanation. You don't know if it's something mystical, is you are hallucinating or whatever. Like, for example, once you can use mirrors to return to your room.
Right.
And the main character just looks into the mirror, and he doesn't seem to acknowledge the fact that the mirror has teleported him back to his room. He just mentions like, "Oh, I'm getting a headache," or stuff like that. It's spectacularly weird, and the level of creepiness it's up the high level. So yeah, I mean, definitely frightening, definitely survivorish. Especially the addition of medicine is something that caught me completely off guard. The fact that you can get ill, and maybe these headaches the protagonist gets, they can get so unbearable that he needs to take some pills just to keep focusing on what he's doing.
Okay, so how exactly do you get ill?
Sorry?
How exactly do you get ill? Does it just come on randomly, or is it brought about by a bite, for instance?
I believe it could happen because of what are you eating, or where are you moving, or if you get attacked. I also think there's prescriptive moments in the game where the protagonist starts going ill, or his headaches start getting worse. You also have to play a lot with the environments. Like, for example, the monsters get attracted to rotten meat. They love rotten meat. So anytime you find rotten meat anywhere in the building, you stack on it, even if it's disgusting. Because you can drop it through the building and the monsters go to that area. So that actually allows you to hurt them a bit to wherever you want to go.
Okay, that's cool.
Just gonna shoot the hell out of this freak.
Yeah, you should really not do this. Like, you have the possibility here to actually ignore the monster. So fighting against it here is actually not the best idea. But hey,
yeah,
we're just
this
trying
is being played by our special friend Mr. Adam Radcliffe, the NoobReview.com resident idiot. So he doesn't always do things that make a lot of sense.
He has a bit of lag though. The game moves faster than this. I don't know why the video seems a bit laggy.
It could just be his setup, I suppose.
Yeah, I believe so. You can also find there are these passageways in some places which seem like there. You see that the wall of the building seems to be bleeding. Adam's gonna take the mirror back to the room, but there are these passageways through the building that don't make a lot of sense. Like, you should cross to one room to another, but you actually get into this passageway that starts to turn into a meat tunnel, and it's really disgusting. And you start getting a lot of monsters chasing after you. But if you find them, you actually can cut a lot of distance while crossing through the apartment building.
Right.
And well, this is Lone Survivor.